to your basic Matwork class. All you're going to need for today's session is your mat. Now, if we can start standing today, and what I'm after is that you find your hip width position. So what does that mean exactly? So within the bottom cheeks, you have what I refer to as your sit bone. So they're those bony landmarks that you can feel when you're sitting down on the floor. So they're roughly where my hands are. So not quite your hip distance apart, but slightly in. Now you're setting yourself so that your feet are sit bone distance apart rather than wider than your hips. A good way to think about it is, how would you stand normally? What feels quite natural for you? Now the second thing to look for when you're setting your standing position is to make sure that the feet aren't doing anything funky. Sometimes we might have one foot that's slightly turned out. Maybe we might have a foot that's slightly turned in. So what happens at your feet actually transfers all the way up into your hips. So often I'll find that if I've got a client that has a turned out foot all of the time, they tend to have pain in their hips. So that's just something really to be mindful of as you progress through your Pilates practice, and something that perhaps you could take through to your day-to-day life. So let's practice that, setting our feet hip width apart. And then when you feel like you've found that, relax the arms down by the side of the body, and then let's close down the eyes. Take a gentle deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And just allow the breath to flow. Beginning the class with arriving, so becoming present within yourself, and present with the session that you're about to do. Keeping the eyes closed down, become aware of your feet. Begin spacing out all of your toes, feeling the heels quite heavy into the mat. Feeling now as if the body is getting taller, so imagine that you're lifting the ribs a little bit away from the hips, creating a bit of space in your midsection. The neck begins to get longer, and the top of the head reaches up towards the sky. Keeping your eyes closed, inhale the shoulders up towards your ears, and then exhale, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, roll the shoulders back. Flow through for 4. And 3, roll the shoulders, open the chest. 2. And last 1. Gently opening your eyes with your hands, if you can place them onto your hips. Again, just keeping our feet in that same position. We're going to exhale together and raise to our tippy toes, balance. Inhale, release it down, and exhale, raise. Now what I'm after here is 2 things. So make sure that when you're not coming up with momentum. So I'm going to turn to the side and show you actually what that means. So if I'm using momentum, I'm rocking up to my toes. So I'm kind of cheating my way out of using my muscles. So just have a think about that as you're moving, and really try and engage all the muscles in the feet and the lower legs to lift you. Now the other thing I would love you to focus on is becoming really tall in your body as you're raising to your toes. So as you raise, can you lift the spine, lift the crown of the head? So it's almost like your calf raises are involving your entire body. Ooh, nearly fell over there. Let's go for 3. Exhale, lift for 2. Controlling the way down. And then last one, can we raise and hold it? Balance as high as you can for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then releasing it all the way down. Now staying where you are, I'm just going to turn to the side so that you can see what's happening. Now let's release our arms by the side, and then we'll inhale. And then as we exhale, we balance into our left leg, and then we lift the right knee. We lift that leg as high as we can. And then we inhale as we release it down. Balance into your right leg. And then breathe out as you lift the left knee. And inhale, release it. So first focus here for us is that as we're moving, we're really trying to be very still and balanced or poised. And then the second goal, once you feel like you've got the balance, is that then we're challenging how high we can actually bring that knee, so we're strengthening our hips. Breathe out, lift the left leg. Breathe in, release. Breath out, right leg. And release, one more. And then releasing. Now with the right leg, if you can place that one in front of the body, and then have your hands long by the side of your body, open up your shoulders, and then put all your body weight into that front leg. Now from there, you're going to point the left toes behind you, and then very slowly balance yourself forward into what's called aeroplane. So I'm just showing you the first stage where you're still fairly upright. You're keeping that back leg off the floor and just practicing getting used to actually balancing in that right leg. Now if you're a little more progressed, perhaps you might like to play with how far you can take this position. And then we're holding it together there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing it all the way down. And then relaxing the legs. So positioning yourself now so the left foot is in front of the right. Put your body weight into your left leg. Open up your shoulders. And then come into that first position where the back toes are still touching the floor. Try and straighten your knee as much as you can. Now, challenge yourself to come forward slightly so that you're still upright and you're starting that aeroplane. And again, if you're more progressed and you'd like more challenge, no problem, you can come a little bit further down. Now let's hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And coming all the way up slowly, and then releasing our legs. Now let's be roughly middle range of our mat. Again, our feet, we're practicing our sit bone distance apart. And then let's grow tall through the spine to practice our roll downs. Now we inhale together here. As you exhale, start to draw your chin down. And then from underneath the base of the rib cage, I want you to see if you can fold from there. Fold as you keep your arms and your shoulders heavy. Soften your knees a little, and then continue the journey all the way down to the mat. Going as far as you can where there's no discomfort, no pain. Now breathe in there, and then breathe out, draw the tummy in and up, and then you're rolling your spine up, slowly, slowly, until you're back in that standing position. Inhale as you hold at the top, and then exhale, nodding the chin, rolling the spine down. Slowly, slowly, breath in at the bottom. Now this time as you come up, picture your tailbone, imagining there's a heavy weight that is drawing down towards your mat as you're rolling yourself up. Breathe in as you lengthen, and then breathe out, drawing the chin down, rolling your spine down. Inhaling at the bottom. Feel as if you're pulling your heels apart a little bit there. Breathe out, tummy draws in and up, tailbone goes heavy to the floor, and we're rolling our spine up. Let's do 2 more of these together. Inhale, exhale, chin goes down, bend from under the ribs, stretching out the back. Pull the heels apart a little bit without not necessarily moving your feet, just being active. And then heavy your head as you roll yourself up, slowly, slowly. Last one, inhale, lengthen, Exhale, draw the chin down, bending, bending, articulating all the way to the mat. Now once you're there, bend your knees enough so that your fingertips can be on the mat there. And then let's lower our bottom as if we're about to sit on a chair. And then exhale as you lengthen. So inhale, bend the knees. Then as you're lengthening, you're finding just enough so that you're getting that stretch in the hamstring and your calves. So all those muscles that run along the back of your legs. And let's go for 3 more of these. And 2. And then last one there. Now hands, can we plant those on the floor and then just bring yourself down so that you're actually in an all 4 position. Press the toes down into the mat. Then right arm, left leg, we'll inhale and we'll exhale, we'll send them long and we're going to hold the balanced position. So imagine that as you're holding, you've got your cup of tea on your lower back. You're trying to keep really still so that you don't spill it. Lift out of your left shoulder so the shoulder is strong. And then try and stay as still as you can through your entire body for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing the limbs. Other side, left arm, right leg. Imagining your cup of tea on your back. As you come in carefully to the position, lifting out of the right shoulder and holding the position there for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and releasing. Now keeping the knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders, we'll breathe in, keeping the spine straight, hinge your hips back, and then breathe out as you press forward. Breathe in, hinge, unload the wrists, breathe out forward. So I'm looking for a clean movement in the hips, one where we don't change the shape of our spine. And let's go for 2. Imagine that you're sitting on a chair behind you, that might help. And then last one. Press yourself forward, reset. Now once you reset, we're going to slide our right leg back behind us. So keeping both of the hands on the floor this time. You've still got your cup of tea on your back. Now let's inhale together. And then exhale, hover your right leg to about hip height. Inhale, tap the toes. Exhale, lift, keeping the balance, and then release. Now what will happen as you're moving through this exercise is your body will want to shift over to the left side. So I want you to try to keep your body weight in the right arm, because the right arm really should feel like it's working harder than your left arm for this movement. And we have 5, tap, 4, tap, 3, for 2, and last one. Slide the leg back in, hinge your body back, inhale, exhale, press, inhale, hinge, exhale, press, for 3, inhale, hinge, and press, for 2, press, last one, and press to reset. Balancing now to send the left leg back. Breathe out, lift the left leg. Breathe in, tap. So again, guys, as you're moving through, your left hand and shoulder should be working harder than your right, because you're trying to keep your body in the middle rather than leaning it over to the right hand side. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, last one, and releasing. This time drop the bottom all the way to the heels and release your forehead just for a moment. Inhale, lift your body up. Step yourself to the top end of the mat if you're not already. take a second to flip yourself over to your bottom. And then let's have our feet in front of us. Now let's separate our feet so they're mat distance apart. Inhale the arms to the ceiling, and then exhale, fold your body forward in between your thighs, or as close to. Maybe hold on to the feet here, and I want you to imagine that you're trying to pull your midsection through your legs. Draw your chin down towards your chest and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rolling your body all the way back up. And then with your positioning, bring your feet in, place your fingertips down on the floor, and you're going to find already just sitting here that you're feeling like you're having to switch your abs on, and you're most likely feeling your thighs, and that's quite normal. So the bony parts of your bottom is where you're balancing on. And you're going to roll your pelvis back just a little, but I want you to keep your fingers on the floor. Now inhale there, and then as you exhale, you're going to draw your tummy in nice and tightly and then hold it in tight for me. Breathe in. Breathe out, balance, and float the right leg off the floor. Inhale, lower the leg down. Exhale, balance, float the left leg off the floor. Inhale, lower it down. Let's go for 4. And release. Exhale, lift for 3. Keep lifting your chest. 2. Last set. And release. Last 1. Once the leg goes down, curve yourself forward, rest your legs, and then restack your spine. Now your hands are going to grab your ankles. Walk your feet back until your toes are on the floor and you're actually balanced on your sit bones. Now you can have the option here of either holding this once you know the next part of this movement, or you can come with me and play with rolling. So what we're after here is that our elbows are nice and wide, our knees are apart, and we're holding on to that lower part of the leg. Now the abdominals, we want to draw them gently in, and that's really important. We're going to curve the lower part of our body and draw the chin in. Now look down at your waistline, and I want you to see yourself pulling that in towards your spine. Now as you inhale, gently and slowly, start to tilt until you rock, and then come all the way up. And the first one is always the worst. It's always the clunky one. And then try that again. So pull the tummy in, and then curve your body and roll. Oh, that one felt so much better. One more time, pull the tummy in, and then we roll, coming all the way back to the top, and then we hold it there. Knees come together, release your feet down one at a time, bring yourself forward, and then restack the spine. Send the arms out nice and long, breathe in, and then breathe out, releasing yourself all the way down to the mat. Option to hold the legs if you need to, and releasing down. Bring your heels towards your bottom a little, press your hands down into the mat, and let's connect to the breath. Become aware of your tailbone being heavy on the floor, and become aware of the natural curve that is in the lower part of your back. I want you to keep that shape, and then let's float our right leg to tabletop. So shin bone level with the horizon. Now keeping this shape in your midsection, we inhale, and then as we exhale, we hover our hips up and off the floor. Inhale, lower. So we're going to balance into the left leg as we lift. And the trick here is to keep using your arms by pressing them into the floor. We've got 4 to go. Exhale, lift. Inhale, fold at the hips lower. Lift and lower, last 2. This is your last one coming. Exhale, lift and then lower. Release the right leg down, just take a moment there, reset. And then let's lift our left leg to tabletop. Again, keeping our midsection the same. We breathe out, we lift our hip, and we inhale, lower. And just choosing the height that works for your body. If you're wanting to come just to a small hover off the floor, that's an option. Or if you're feeling quite strong today and you want to come higher, then that's awesome as well. Let's go for 4 more together. And 3, 4, 2, and last one. Once you've done that last one, you're releasing your left leg down, inhaling your hands up, interlacing the hands and then popping them under the head. Breathing in, and then breathe out, float the right leg back to tabletop and inhale. Now as you exhale, you're going to chest lift and stretch the right leg long. Bend the knee, release your head down. So trying to do this simultaneously. And down. Exhale, lift and reach. And down. Last 4. Exhale, curl, lengthen. And release. Exhale, lift for 3. And release. Head is heavy for 2. Last one. Keep the tailbone heavy. Release the head and reset the right leg. Breath in. Breath out. Left leg comes to tabletop. And then on the next breath out, we chest lift. We send our left leg long. And then we release. So flow through with the movement. We've got 7 to go. Anchoring the tailbone. Heavying the head. Last 4. And 3. 4, 2. And last one coming. And then releasing the head, releasing your foot. Breath in. Breath out, right leg comes to tabletop. Inhale, prepare. This time keep your leg in tabletop and then exhale, chest lift. Now elbows will stay wide, and then as we breathe out, the knee comes towards us and our upper body rotates like we're trying to touch the elbow and the knee. Inhale, ease off a little. Exhale, twist. Now keep going through, making sure that your left bottom cheek doesn't come off of the floor. For 4, and release. 3, release. 2, release. Last 1, and relax your body. Other side, inhale. Exhale, float the left leg. Breathe in, prepare. Breathe out, chest lift up to hold. Now, as we breathe out, the knee and the elbow try and meet. And then we center. Exhale, twist. And center. Try to keep the right butt cheek on the floor. And center. We have 4 together. Release. 3. Release. 2. And last 1, coming back to the center, relaxing the body down. Bring your arms out nice and wide and allow the knees to drop from side to side. And you choose which way you start. Just allow yourself to move through. Last set. Making sure that you finish even on both sides of your body. Okay, now, hands press down into the mat beside you. Let's inhale. And then exhale, scoop the belly, flatten the lower back into the floor. And then lift your legs one at a time to a tabletop position. Squeeze your feet together. Now, from here, we're going to inhale, release your tailbone heavy so you feel the natural arch in your back. And then breathe out, scoop the belly in so you flatten your back. Inhale, release so you feel the arch. And then exhale as you flatten your back. So as you're moving through, just remember that this isn't about the legs. We're not trying to move the legs. That'll just happen organically as we're moving the body. Your legs might not move much at all, and that's completely normal as well. But the idea is that we're creating the movement of flattening our back by activating our midsection. Last 3. And 2. Last 1. Now from here, lower back is in its natural curve. Stretch your legs up to the ceiling, flex your feet and hold the position. Keep pressing your hands down into the mat. Really strong in those legs so you feel all the muscles are on. If the lower back feels a little sore, you could flatten your back slightly like we were practicing. Holding there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees come in, relax your body. Laying onto your left side. Now when you're setting up for this one, lay down on your left arm, bend your left underside leg, and start with your right leg up off the air, about hip height, with a straight leg nice and long. Now flex your foot so your toes point up towards your nose. Now, as you inhale, without moving your midsection, start to sweep your right leg forward. Point your toes, and then breathe out, sweep your leg back, taking it slightly behind your body. Flex your foot, bringing your leg forward, and then point your toes, taking your leg back. So what we're doing here is we're using the movement of our leg to challenge our midsection. And trust me, you're going to get all the work in your leg and your hip as well. But just keep focusing on that minimal movement in your midsection and the body will do the rest. And we have 4 and point. Flex as we come forward, point as we go away. For 3 and reach. For 2. Last 1. And then resting that top leg on top of the bent knee. Now stay facing this way, but guide yourself up so that you're balanced on your left hand, left shoulder. You've got your 2 knees bent, knees and feet on top of each other. Your left hand, your fingers are all spaced, and then the right hand will just rest that on our legs for the moment. Now with the left shoulder, I want you to sink into that shoulder as if you're just being a little bit lazy and you're watching television, let's say. And then we're at Pilates, so we're going to lift really actively out of our shoulder. And then we're being a little bit lazy, so we're going to sink. And then we're lifting, we're at Pilates. 1 more time. And then lift. Okay, so now you're aware of the 2 differences. The one I want you to keep is the lift out of your shoulder. Hold that and then reach your right arm out to the side. Now we're going to breathe in here together. As we breathe out, roll your body weight into your hand and your knees and lift your bottom up off the floor. And we're going to hold that, so balancing into the left hand. Now this can be strong on your shoulder because of the load of the body, so keep the lift, but know you can rest at any time we need to. If you're staying with me, we hold for 10, 9, tummies in, squeeze the legs, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, releasing all the way down. Now let's swivel ourselves so that we can set up on the other side, and we're going to come down onto the mat, laying down with our right knee bent and laying on the right arm. Left leg sets about hip height, left hand down on the floor. Flex your toes, toes to nose. Breathe in, sweep the leg forward. Breathe out, point, take the leg back. Breathe in, forward. Point, take the leg back. Now, don't worry too much if the sweeping's not huge. Again, what I'm wanting you to focus on is your midsection so that you're hardly moving it. So if I was doing it incorrectly, let's say, I'd be rounding my back and then stretching my chest forward. So way too much movement. So really strong in the midsection. And let's go for 3, 2, and last 1, reach back and then releasing the leg. Bring yourself up 2 knees on top of each other, 2 feet. Space out your right fingers, and then let's sink into our shoulder. Breathe out of the shoulder, breathe into the shoulder. Breathe out of the shoulder, breathe into the shoulder. Now let's breathe out of the shoulder, keep that really strong. Arm goes wide, breathe in, and then breathe out, roll yourself up. Now again, come down at any stage if you need to. Press your hips forward, squeeze your legs, and hold the stomach in. Now let's hold it together for a further 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1, and slowly releasing down. Now make your way onto your stomach. Place your hands one on top of each other and rest your forehead down onto your hands. Begin to anchor your hips down into the floor. So you'll hear me say this a lot when we're lying on our tummy. And the reason being is because I want you to be able to support your lower back by activating your glute muscles, so your butt. Now in order to do that, we need to press our pubic bone at the front and our hip bones down towards the floor. Now from there, head is heavy on the hands, shoulders are relaxed. We breathe in. We breathe out, we float our right leg off the floor. And that's without losing the pressure of the hips into the mat. Inhale, lower. Exhale, left leg. Press the hips down. Inhale, lower. Exhale, right leg. Inhale, lower. So keep balancing into the hips, keeping them equally anchored as you're moving from leg to leg. Check in from time to time that the shoulders aren't tensing, the jaw isn't clenching. And 3, 4, 2, and last 1. Releasing your legs. Slide both of the hands long by the side of your body. Breathe in, breathe out, lift to your back extension and hold it. Really roll open those shoulders. Press your hands towards the sky and then invite the legs up and off the floor. Keep holding, keep breathing. Hips are pressing down, tummies are gently in, knees are straight. Just a few more moments there. Big breath in and out. And releasing it all the way down. One more time. Anchor your hips, breathe in, breathe out, lift to back extension. Now this time your variation, you might like to swim your legs or you can stay stationary, that's up to you. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause the legs and releasing the body down. Hands come to the shoulders, lift yourself up, knees come apart slightly and drop into rest pose. Forehead finds the mat. Breathe in, lift your face. Step your hands to the left hand side and then release your body back down. While the hands are on the left, breathe into that right side of your rib cage. Fanning out the ribs. Inhale, lifting the face, stepping yourself across to the opposite side and sinking all the way back down. Inhale, lift the face, come back into the center one last time, release your body down. Breathing in, pressing yourself up, coming to an all four position. Now setting your hands underneath your shoulders, relaxing your back, pressing the shins down into the floor, and then lengthening the spine. Now let's take an inhale here, and then as you exhale, you're going to balance and float the right fingertips up and off the floor. Now you'll notice I've got my hand halfway off the floor, but you might like to progress it and attach your fingers to your forehead. So you choose where you want to work today. Holding there for 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release the right hand. Balance into the right hand, pick up your left hand. Choose your height again. So if you come up and you feel really tense in your shoulders, I'd suggest moving the hand to the midsection. Keep stretching your spine forward, holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and releasing the hand. One more to each side. Float the right hand. Hold it 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Left hand, last time, float. Hold it 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Tucking your toes. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, lift your bottom up. Option to have your knees a little bit bent and reach the sit bones to the sky. Keep pressing your index finger firmly into the mat. And then begin to walk your calves. Bend the left knee, press the right heel down. Lift to the toes, bend the right knee, press the left heel down. Raise and change. Raise and change. Last set, raise and change. Just adding words together here. Last one. Now, let's walk our hands towards the feet. Slowly, slowly. Allow your head to go heavy. Breathe in, and then breathe out slowly, peeling the spine up. Now when you get to the top, step your right leg forward, and you're going to balance into your right foot. Don't worry too much about what this left leg does. Now, as you inhale, you're going to balance in the right leg and tap the floor. And then lift. 2 more times. Balance, tap the floor, and lift. 1 more. And then relax your legs. Other side. Balance into the left leg. Bend the knee, tap the floor. And just become aware of which side feels harder. So for me, my left leg's always harder to balance on. So you might find that it's your right leg's harder. And then relaxing your body. Come back to your first position where we were hip bone distance apart. And let's take a breath in together, float the arms, float to your toes, exhale, release, and last one together. And release your body.